Hey everybody, we are back for day 14, pattern number 14, and today we have this nice little heart granny square. I think it's just adorable. You are going to need 2 colors of yarn and a crochet hook, a darning needle, and scissors. And we're not going to mess around, we're just going to get started. So I'm going to use a different shade of pink than my sample there. And you can do your magic circle, or you can chain 4 and get started. So if the magic circle, you're going to chain 3, that will count as a double crochet. And you're going to do 2 more double crochets into the circle. Chain 2, do 3 more double crochets. Basically, you start this off just like you would any regular granny square. So you can have 4 clusters of 3 with a chain 2 separating them to form the corners. Chain 2, tighten your circle, and slip stitch to the top of your starting chain 3. Oh, not yet. Gotta have 4 groups, not 3. Silly me, getting ahead of the game. Alright, now I can tighten my circle and slip stitch to my starting chain 3. Okay, so we have just our basic beginning of a granny square. So what you're going to want to do is slip stitch over to the middle stitch and chain 1. Then we're going to reach all the way over to this corner and we're going to make a shell. And we're going to do it with 8 double crochets. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then chain 1 and single crochet into this next corner and chain 1. We're going to come to this middle stitch here, which is parallel to where we started. So the middle stitch, and we're going to do a single crochet, another single crochet, chain 1, try to keep your chain loose, single crochet, and another single crochet. So you should have 2 singles, a chain 1, and 2 singles. And then you are going to chain 1, and put 1 single crochet in that corner space, and chain 1, and do 8 double crochets in the next chain 2 space. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then we're going to slip stitch into the same place we started off on, the middle stitch of this row here. So in that same place, we want to slip stitch into that. Fasten off. Okay, get it nice and tight. Alright, so you should have a little heart shape. And this is where you're going to want to work in your ends so that they don't get in the way. So you flip it over in the back and just weave them through. Okay, so now that we've finished our little heart and we've worked in our ends, we're going to turn it to start working in the bottom. And we're going to start off in that chain space at the very tip of the heart. And you're going to do a slip stitch into the back loop only. Then the next stitch is a single crochet, back loop only, half double crochet, back loop only, double crochet, back loop only, then a triple crochet, back loop only, chain 2, we're forming the corner here, and then a double crochet in the next stitch, back loop only, a half double crochet, back loop only, 4 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those were all back loop only. Chain 2, and in the next stitch, single crochet, and in the next 3, so you should have 2 stitches in your chain, back loop only. So it's 1, 2, and that's my back loop there. Then we want to do a half double crochet to give a little dimension down into where we attached our slip stitch. Then you're going to single crochet, and you got to move this out of the way or you're going to miss your stitch there. Back loop only into the slip stitch. 3 more that are back loop only. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2. And do 4 more single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those are all in the back loop. Then we're going to go half double crochet, double crochet, triple crochet, all in the back loop, chain 2, double crochet, half double crochet, single crochet, and we're going to attach into our slip stitch if we can find it. Okay, so you should look a little bit like this. Okay, it's getting square. This next round will really set it off. All right, so we're going to start where we're at, and we're going to chain up 3 and put 2 more stitches in that same place to form our granny cluster. Chain 1 and come all the way over to the corner and do 3 double crochets for a cluster. Chain 2 and another cluster in the same space. Chain 1, and you're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th stitch you're going to put another cluster, 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, come over to the chain 2 space that we made and do another cluster. Chain 2 and put another cluster in the same spot. Chain 1. Okay, come over to the center space here and make a cluster. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, moving over to the next corner, do a cluster, chain 2, and do a cluster. Okay, so you're going to skip 2 stitches here, chain 1, skip to here, and do a cluster. When you're going backwards, it's like awkward. 1, 2, 3, 4, yep, that's right. Chain 1, and we skip these 4, and come over to the corner, and do a cluster. Oh, my fingers aren't working right today. I have practiced so many different squares, like 4 different ones that I like, trying to decide which one to do first, and I ended up picking this one. But my fingers are wore out. So we did a chain 2 and another cluster, chain 1, and attach it to the top of your chain 3 starting chain. And fasten off. Okay, give it a little stretch. See, now we're looking more like a square. So work in your ends, and then we're going to go back to our first color. Okay, so go back to your first color and make a slip knot. You can start off in any corner. I'm starting with a standing single crochet. So it's 1 single, chain 2, and a single crochet. And then 1 single crochet in each stitch and each space all the way across till you get to your corner. When you get to the corner, it's single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet. And then you just continue to single crochet all the way around until you reach this side, and I will meet you back when I finish mine. Okay, when you get to the end, you're going to slip stitch into your first single crochet and fasten off. Now you can give it a little stretch so you can see that it really is square. You can take this time to work in your ends, or you can wait to the end. And for the sake of time, I'm going to wait. We're going back to our other color. And we're going to fasten on. I'm going to start in this corner over here. And I can, so awkward sometimes. Start with a standing double crochet. So I'm going into my chain space, making a double crochet, 2 more double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets in that same corner space. Chain 1. Now what you want to do is come over, we're going to work on top of this space. So we're going to skip these stitches and we're going to come over to this stitch here, the one that works itself into the chain space, and do 3 double crochets. Chain 1, come over to this space, the one that's on top, and it kind of, see, I heard somebody explain this one time to tell which stitch belongs to it, is it kind of is shaped like the letter P. So here's the pole and there's the bump. So you chained 1 and you're going to come over to this one and do 3 double crochets. Chain 1, come over to your corner and do 3 double crochets. Chain 2 and 3 more double crochets in the same space. Chain 1, and again you want to work in the stitch that connected to the chain space. So we're going to do 3 double crochets. Yarn is splitting. Okay, chain 1. Always chain 1 on this square, except for the corners it's chained 2. Okay, so that's what you're going to do all the way around. 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, chain 1, skip over to the stitch that's above the chain space, chain 1, move over to the next one, and go all the way around, and I'll meet you back when I get done. Alright, so when you get to the end of your round, you just slip stitch to your first double crochet that you did, or your chain 3, however you connect it on. Now we're going back to our other color, and we're going to do a slip knot. Pick a corner to fasten on. I like to rotate mine around so it's not all in the same place. We're going to do the single, chain 2, and a single, and then a single crochet in each stitch and chain space all the way around, just like we did in this row here. It's just a repeat of row 1, 2, 3, row 4. So when I finish doing my single crochets all the way around, I will meet you at the end. Just remember, in your corner space, it's a single crochet, a chain 2, and a single crochet. All right, we're finished, and how cute is that? I mean, put those together. How cute is that? They're good size square. They're probably about 6 inches. And yeah, that's pretty cool. So, if you are looking for some more cool crochet ideas, if you click on this link that's right over here, it will take you to my next video. Thanks so much for watching.